Cloud Instance Virtualization is the ability to run a created snapshot in our purpose-built cloud. This is typically used for those workloads that we do need, but do not require to be run on-site. Here we see a list of potential machines we need to restore, and in this example I need to run this Ubuntu server in the cloud. Of all the restore options we have, we will take the virtualize in the cloud. And next is a very important step to consider. It's the recovery point. Now, I don't know what the reason is to restore this machine, but it is very important to know which restore point to actually start. And in most cases, this is determined by your DR documentation and what actually happened. And while this video does not cover the choice for the restore point, I will still take this 12 o'clock one for our example, and we will click the restore. And here we will see the Cloud Hybrid Vert page appear. Here we can select a few options that need to be chosen very carefully, and the reason for this is we can't change them once the machine is started. So we need to select the RAM settings, the storage controller, and the networking options we need. In this case, bridge to any active interface, so the rest of the network can see it. We click Build VM. It will find a node, select the proper recovery point, and it will make a virtual machine with the settings we just took. All we need to do now is press and start VM, and we will wait until this machine is fully booted. And at this point we can choose to monitor the boot process and actually start a web remote to the console of this machine. Now, this machine is starting in the data center as it would locally in your network. There you have it. Let's log in and see if everything works. Okay, so there we have our Ubuntu desktop.
This video, I'm going to take you through how quickly you can recover a server in the event of a disaster. Simply click on the machine you wish to recover and you will see the available recovery methods. Clicking on local virtualization gives you the ability to spin up your chosen server and a recovery point locally on the data series appliance. You can then begin the virtualization process. You're able to configure the virtualization on this page. On the top left, you can see the available resources for the data series appliance. You're also able to allocate more resources for virtualizing this server, particularly if you have resource-heavy servers or would like to better performance for daily operations. You can also select the controller you would like to use and also define the networking options. Bridging to ETH0 allows the network to connect to the server in a real disaster. You can leave it disconnected for internal testing or firewall on a private subnet. On the right hand side, you can see the virtual machine status, the selected snapshot date, the amount of distributed resources, and a few other useful pieces of information. You can also create a rescue agent, which tracks the changes taking place on the virtualized server and continues to take backups of it. This will help with the disaster recovery process, allowing you to restore from the latest version of this machine. When you start VM, we're now simply waiting for the virtualization to mount. Within a few seconds, you can see the virtualization is completed and have successfully mounted on the data series appliance. You can access it by clicking on the screenshot or by clicking on Open in Browser. It will now open up a new tab, and you have the ability to log on like any other machine.